Hello students, congratulations to all of you guys who have cleared your examination. For the ones who did not clear, who were messaging me yesterday on YouTube and on the personal chat, just thought let us share certain tips and tricks so that you guys can be able to clear it in your next attempt, and don't worry about your success or your failure. This is just a part of a journey, and we will just try to look into it. What can we do better in the next 2 months so that we can clear our examination without too much of a trouble out there? So first, before we try to understand how to go about clearing it, we should understand where do I stand with regards to each of the subject. So what we'll try to do is we'll try to look into, for every score range that you are in, for each of the subject wise, what are going to be your tricks that we are going to be looking at to clear your next attempt. So make sure you subscribe the video and share it with all of your friends who have not cleared it so that they can make the best use of it. And also what we have also done is given you a lot of links in the description so that you can utilize it without enrolling or spending so much of additional money on revision batches and other part of it, right? So let's go with the first paper. That's our law paper. And this is the paper that we have seen a lot of students not clearing. There are multiple reasons. One, maybe because of your lack of English, or maybe because of your presentation skills. So let's try to see what it is. If you have scored your law paper more than 40, that means you're conceptually good, but you don't have the presentation skills. Now, what do I try to do if I am in that scenario? I will try to practice at least last 5 papers attempt. I'll try to get in touch with many of my law faculties and see to it it's evaluated so that in a way that we know what are the ways that we can improvise on. Try to attend the marathon session which is going to happen so that any other doubts that you have with your law paper, you should be able to do it across. So don't try to waste your money on enrolling any of the courses, revision batch and other part of it. You can watch the marathon videos. The link is going to be shared below. And then you can just try to write a couple of papers and get it evaluated. You can't wait for your paper copy from the ICI. Now, if you have scored between 30 to 40, this is where you need a little bit help, because that means you don't have a conceptual clarity. When you don't have that, what will happen is the answers that you are writing will never be to the point. So what I would suggest is you can watch the marathon of Sai Sir, which I've shared it across, or you can watch the recorded sessions out there. Try to make flashcards after every chapter so that you know this can be utilized for revising on the day of exam. And irrespective of how many chapters you're solving, try to make sure that every week you try to at least solve 2 past paper questions and try to make flowcharts so that you can revise it on the day before exam. So between 30 to 40, try to, you're conceptually not strong. So we need to strengthen your conceptual clarity. Now, if you are below 30, that means you need complete concept reset. What I would suggest is maybe you can enroll for a full course or maybe join an ICU batch. Try to make sure that you spend 2 to 3 hours per day on your concepts and application, and write 1 answer daily and get a feedback. And after every 2 chapters, try to write a mock exam. With this, you should be able to look at your law paper depending on the score range that you have. The second paper, which most of them have struggled, is the accounting paper. Now, people who have got 40 plus, now there are certain things that you need to focus on. You only have to focus on chapters which you were not very comfortable with. So don't try to enroll again for a full-fledged course. Rather, what you can do, take 1 month recorded sessions. The link anyway would be shared below. You can just watch the topics which you are not comfortable with, or maybe the ones which you have skipped it earlier, and focus on this weak chapters first, and then try to do chapter-wise test. Once you're completed with it, try to write at least 4 full-fledged mock exams, right? Now, if you're looking into scores which are below 40, now this is where I would suggest you need to enroll for either a residential batch or a fast track batch or an ICU batch, so that you need somebody who will guide you across with smaller mistakes that you're doing, and try to get into 2 hours of practice daily with your weekly test. Now, economics is the paper that you guys have to focus on to get the maximum marks, because this is the paper which is going to help you to boost your aggregate. Now if you have scored lesser than 16 economics, guys, you are doing a biggest blunder. So I would suggest you guys to make sure that you watch the marathon. Lot of students last time, just by watching the marathon, have scored 60 plus, and that means you can also do it. What you will have to do is, once you watch the marathon, try to keep solving 150 to 100 MCQ chapters a day. And once you're done with all the chapters MCQs, try to write at least 2 or 3 papers under exam conditions, and try to focus more on the macroeconomics, because that's going to be your high scoring game. Now, last paper, a lot of people have kept on asking me, how do I go about it? I know if quantitative aptitude has been difficult topic, and I would suggest you guys to take one chapter at a time. Now what I'll do, day 1 I would watch a marathon video or recorded class. Day 2 I would practice the basic level questions, and day 3 I would get into the mock test questions. If your confidence is completely low in math, only then I would suggest you to enroll for an ICU batch, or else you don't have to get into it. You should be able to do it. Try to make sure you are allocating 1 hour a day for your mathematics or the quantitative aptitude paper, irrespective of what happens. So try to do 1 hour a day, 3 chapters or 3 days. So it should be able to look into it. These are your 4 subject wise. Now, few things that you will have to look into it. This is how I structure. Try to give equal importance to all the subjects. Like I said, morning 2 hours spend on your accounting, afternoon 2 hours try to focus more on the law writing skills. Economics in the evening, because you would have been tired by studying 4 hours already in the morning, and night 1 hour, no matter what, you will have to get into solving your mathematics or quantitative aptitude MCQ. Time management, try to see that 70% on your strong subjects, so that you are doing really well, and 30% on your weaker subjects or topics, so that you at least get to that clearing stage of it, right? So there's no fast route to success. Everyone has to work hard. So if you have got only around a 30 to 40 range or below 30, only then I would look at you to enroll for any of this ICU batch. The link is anyway given below. If you are at 30 to 40, because all of the recorded class are available at 1,000 rupees, or lot of the chapter videos are available on YouTube, you can look into it and try to do past paper questions. If you have got 40 plus, focus on presentation and past paper, and try to stick to the selected chapters and practice daily. Follow this plan. Sure, I can be sure that you guys will be able to clear your exam. Guys, foundation is actually not very difficult. It's only got to do with we giving importance to all the 4, right? There are struggles, but I think it's at the end, how do you get over the struggle, clear this examination, because you are in a journey which is not a one-time marathon or a sprint that you are running across, right? This is a examination which is going to test our resilience, right? So I wish you guys all the best, and if you need any help, any clarification, drop in a message in the comments below. I'll be more happier, and do share it with your friends who have not cleared it, so that they don't unnecessarily enroll for too many batches and spend their money onto it, right? Thank you so much, and all the best for your examination. Thank you.